intro music. I literally spent 20 minutes looking for the perfect inspirational song, and that was it. I only jumped on here to say that. I'm about to give you 15 more seconds to get ready, get buckled in. We're going to get into our full disclosure. We're going to get into our episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hey guys, full disclosure. The following podcast contains information from the perspective of a survivor. I figured starting out transparent was the best route to take with you guys. So if you're triggered by the following: trauma, isolation, attachment disorders, and or miscarriage experiences, please know that this season will contain those topics and others pretty similar to it. So thanks for understanding that. And welcome to season 2 of A Melanin Mother's Love. Okay, guys, so we are back with another episode. I'm gonna apologize now. If you hear my dog snoring, it just means he's having a really good peaceful rest. So I apologize in advance. But I'm not going to interrupt him. I actually love the fact that my dog snores. He was gifted to us. And I say gifted because it was Christmas the day that we got him. And it was just so divine. And having him after he was actually assaulted by another dog. And just going through that process with him of healing and anxiety. And it's been amazing. So again, if he's snoring and he's in the room, he's staying in the room because it just reminds me that just one more spirit has been saved from a trauma. But I wanted to get on here and talk to you about some things that have been on my mind. I know a lot of the time I write things down, but I think this time I need to talk it out. So that's why I started recording. I'm sorry. It's just really funny because he really had a good day, him and my son. So I know that's why he's calling hogs, if you will. But yeah, so I was thinking about one of the videos that I made on TikTok a little while ago, and I think we do this sometimes. Like, we'll make these videos and we'll put ourselves out there, and sometimes we're cognitive of the fact that that thing will never go away. You know what I mean? Like, we as beings are so powerful. We have no idea that we put a picture out there that will just never go away. Think about it. It's 2022 and we still look at paintings and things from before Christ. So just keep that in mind, right? So I was thinking about the fact that I'm really into survivalist and like survival skills and life skills. And like, if the grid went out, what would I do and how would me and my son make it? I just love the mindset of just knowing what to do if everything you depend on that needs to be plugged in is gone. Like, can we do it? So one of the reasons I am like this is because I am a Marine. So yeah, I served 9 very, very, very interesting years in the United States Marine Corps. Very, very interesting. Like, I saw so many cool things from traveling overseas in Europe and deploying to the Middle East. And it was just like a really beautiful melting pot of experiences, if you will. And I say beautiful because the good outweighed the bad. I know a lot of people don't have good experiences, and I know some people have ups and downs. I just say the good outweighed the bad, so therefore it was beautiful. And because I am a Marine, I think one of my most favorite memories was when we had to live in the woods during infantry training. So we had to live in the woods, we had to dig a hole, we had to like stay awake, and our instructors were like trying to simulate we're being attacked and how do you operate off of like minimal sleep. And it was just exhilarating to me because it's like, I know I'm gonna survive. I made it through this. I am going to survive, at least for 3 days. Okay. They only let us, the max that you're going to learn how to do this is 3 days. After that, you're in a completely different situation of which you need a completely different skill set of training. So I just thought it was awesome. And I'm like, okay, cool. This organization has given me the tools to survive if everything goes away. And so it's like, oh crap, now you've just made me accountable. You've made me accountable. Every time that the military graduates a Marine, and I say Marine specifically because that's what I am, I can't speak for other branches, but every time the Marine Corps graduates a Marine, they graduate a survivalist. So I don't care how crappy you think that Marine is from your town, or the one that unfortunately is like serving a sentence for making a stupid decision, or the mom who had like kid after kid after kid, or the dad who is like suffering with mental health disorders. Like, yo, every single one of us, despite what our backstory is, we are survivalists. And I am so excited to tell you that I am about to dive deep into this situation. I am so excited. I was wondering what 31 was going to be about. And I think it's going to be about educating as many as I can about just having regular life skills, because it's really embarrassing lately. It is. I think when I turned 30, I was like, man, what does that look like? And it really does unlock a key of wisdom if you're willing to accept that responsibility, because wisdom does not come without a price. You can't have this wisdom and keep it to yourself unless you want to be a get off my lawn type of person. And I say that jokingly, but yeah, man, we really have to start learning how to get back to the basics, because at my age, so if you're 30 years old, I'll say specifically, if you are, I've only been on this planet for 30 years. So if you're probably 26, I say those 4 years you guys were going through it. So 26 to about 35. I can only really talk to you guys. That's really my niche for the next few things I'm going to say. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm wise, but I've only been here for but so long, and I only have but so much knowledge other than what I read. So for that niche of people, you guys have been through a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have overcome a lot. A lot of you, if you're listening to this, you have probably contemplated more than once why you even stay here. And I'm so glad that you're listening to this podcast, because I hope I inspire you to stay one more day. So I hope whoever just heard that touched your heart, and you feel compelled to purge, cry, whatever you need to do, journal it. And that's also going to be a trend, because a lot of us, it's hard for us to stay here every single day. So I empathize with you, and I'll continue to do that for you guys, because I know that's so important in this difficult time. Now that we have this moment. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. Survival, life skills. Guys, I Ubered for a little bit, and I'll tell you why. So when you get out of the military, if you retire, a lot of people don't, but if you do, whether you do your 20, 30, or if you medically retire, medically separate, what have you, there's a gap of time between your payments, depending on what type of way you get out the military. I can only speak for my profession. And so because there's a little gap, and it's not that big, it's one that you should absolutely prepare for. So anytime I think you're going to prepare to move from one profession to another, especially if it's making you 5 figures, make sure you're saving. Make sure your family's ready for that also. Don't make rash decisions. A lot of people think that, you run out of time. Like, guys, you project your time. You do. You project your time. I think that's another thing you guys forget. You are in complete control of this thing. Unless you are being chosen as a martyr for humankind, and I say that to say that happens. And I don't know why it happens. I think I refuse to try to even rationalize why there are martyrs in time. But a lot of you know that you are not a martyr. A lot of you know that you're going to be living a long time, and that's why you're being fed all of this information. So for those of you who are still fighting each day, and for those of you who know you're going to be, living these long, long years, let's get into these life skills, okay? A year in advance, save 3 to 6 months worth of emergency funds. And I'm talking about, like, I don't even care if you spend money on dumb stuff. And I know a lot of people are like, you should spend less than everybody don't know how to do that, because everyone wasn't taught how to do that. I can speak from experience. I didn't learn financial literacy until I was literally about to graduate high school, which is unfortunate, but it's the truth. So with that being the case, a year out, you guys need to, like, I don't care if it's $5 a day. You need to do something. $5 a week, I don't care. Do something to make sure you're saving. If you're going to move a career, I'm not talking about 16 and 17-year-olds. Y'all just do what y'all got to do. Figure it out, because that's a whole nother generation. I'm talking about the guys that are in my age right now, because I'm going through this. It is June 2022. Thankfully, with that advice that I just gave you, without being paid by the military yet, my son and I are surviving off of my savings. So what I've been doing is I've honestly just been paying myself the same amount as my staff and CEO paycheck when I was getting out the military, because I wasn't sure what that transition was going to look like. And I just wanted to feel secure in the fact that, man, at least I saved 3 months. Okay, I couldn't do nothing else, honey. Girl, I saved 3 months. Okay, we were still living. We were still enjoying. Now we back wherever we at. That's not my reality. Thankfully, I do have other things aligned, so we will be successful and our family will be okay. But I want you all, at the sound of my voice, to know that if you're about to make a big change, please plan a year out. Don't just surprise your family. That's not fair, especially if you have kids. I can speak as a parent, especially if you have kids. Do not just surprise them like, whoop, whoop, we out. No, that's not fair. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's plan. What do you guys want to do this year? Each birthday. Okay, this is how much we have. We're going to do backyard birthdays this year because we have to make this move. And if we make this move and you guys want to do things outside of this, we need to do backyard birthdays. Family, we're doing backyard birthdays this year. So if y'all want to come to us, that would be great. If you can't afford it, we'll Zoom. It's 2022. We're not about to be guilt tripping people for not spending and or wasting their money to come see one another. That's not fair. At least not in North America. I can't speak for the other countries. I don't know how y'all economy's working. I just know how this one's working. Okay. And unfortunately, I saw a video the other day and a young woman was saying she felt so bad for America. I was like, what is the algorithm showing her? That is not nice. What is it showing her? Because all of our realities are different. There's millions of us here. All of our realities are different from time zone to time zone. And it's insane to watch. When you observe from a certain altitude, it really is insane to watch. When you look at other people's point of view, it's insane to watch. I've seen 17 different points of view on the Will Smith assault on Chris Rock. I've seen thousands of points of view on, what's going on in other countries related to violence, related to, the list goes on. And you guys feel it too. You wouldn't be listening to this podcast if energy wasn't pulling us together. It's magnetic. You know what I mean? It's magnetic. We don't. And you know what's crazy? I love being attracted to you guys. I love it. I love being attracted to people who have mindsets of progression, who have mindsets of like health, wealth, unity, community, who have mindsets of longevity. If you don't guys, you have to have a mindset of longevity. It is so easy to accomplish. It really is a mindset thing. And the only people that can tell you that are the ones that are still here. I just think it's a beautiful reality to have. And I say beautiful because, like I said, again, the good is outweighing the bad. There's been tragedy after tragedy, and that's from 1 inch of the, planet to the other. And I mean, at this point, planet, flat earth, whatever you guys want to call it. At this point, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's a unity that we're going to keep working on, you guys. So this upcoming year, survival, survival, survival. That's it. Let's just make it. Let's just make it through another one. This one is really, really testing us. And the sad part is, guys, we were actually warned about it being a tough year. And a lot of you are going to deny that as a fact. And a lot of you are going to be like, you're absolutely right. I was warned time after time that this year was going to come. And because you do know that you missed out or you didn't heed that warning, you're sitting in an uncomfortable position. and it's not that much different from any other uncomfortable position you've had. Because guess what? You've made it out of those too. So for those of you sitting in uncomfortable positions, you're going to have to tarry through that, bro. Tarry through it day after day. Keep pushing through it. Keep pushing through it. It is not going to be easy. It won't. But as an advocate, I was there also. So I can empathize with you. And I'm using this tone of voice because I just made it through it. And I'm talking a lot of dark days, a lot of closed blinds, a lot of meals that I've missed, or the opposite, a lot of overeating, not detoxing, not meditating, not loving myself, but somehow coping and functioning well enough to take care of others. How that's possible, again, I guess that's just a superpower. All heroes don't wear capes. But yeah, man, like it got so rough that I had to put on my refrigerator check boxes to make sure I fed him 3 times a day. Like that's how deep my depression was. I don't know if you can picture what that looks like. A woman who comes down the stairs, she looks at a fridge and she's like, oh yeah, my alarm went off because it's time to feed the child a meal. Oh yeah, my alarm has gone off because I need to feed him. And then an activity, and then we read, and then activity, and then I need to go to the store to restock this device, if you will, this refrigerator, because he needs to eat more, and activity, and love, and affection, and routine. Yeah, man, it can get real dark. It can get real robotic. It can get real routine. It can get real tough. But then eventually you have this tone in your voice and you're like, whew, we made it through that. We made it through it. Guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, it's terrifying waking up every day here sometimes because I can feel around me just how hard it is to rationalize your purpose. If you're listening to this and you have already finalized your purpose, then I know you're probably smiling because you're like, oh my God, she's matured so much. I remember this baby girl. Or if you met me in my middle school years, I remember Aisha Wynn. Or high school, we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to leave that where it is. College, a couple of them years, we'll hold on to those. But yeah, man, wherever you met me, I'm just glad that you're taking the time to allow me to share these moments with you, to allow me to vent and, climb up on this soapbox. And I hope that I brought a smile, or I hope that I helped occupy some time. I hope I helped enlighten you or trigger like a pen to paper moment. I hope that I was confirmation for you. If I was none of those things, thank you anyway for the listen. And I can't wait to talk to you guys again soon. All right.